So day one ended up being a really long day. After my husband got off work, we loaded up the dogs, grabbed the camper, and headed to the mountains. Now, it said it was supposed to be about 3 hours, but it took us almost 5 because of just the winding roads. It ended up being dark, having to stop for like dinner, gas, all of the things. But we got there, we got everything set up, and I did not film any of it because it was really dark. So you couldn't see anything anyway. But the next morning we woke up bright and early, made breakfast. I drink my Bloom Greens every morning. My husband drinks coffee. And we had our normal breakfast, which is English muffins, turkey bacon, eggs with avocado. We didn't have a whole lot planned for this trip. We just pretty much booked it and wanted to check out the area. We knew we wanted to do some hikes and see some waterfalls. And this park actually has multiple hikes and waterfalls, which was perfect. It was a little bit chillier than we had imagined. We did not counter the fact that this was January and also the elevation, so it was much colder. So after breakfast, we headed into town, which was about an hour away to get to like the closest stores. Now we did pass this cute little shop and I had to check it out. I love finding little things like this. They had a lot of like local goods as well as like fresh produce. We got to talk to the locals and it was just really nice and we love stopping at these places. This one was down the road. It's more of like a souvenir type shop. Again, I love going into these kind of stores, checking all the different things out. Now, when we went into town, we did go and look at Walmart for a few things that we had forgotten and cold weather gear, and their Walmart is like very small. It really didn't have a grocery section. Like the grocery section was probably about as big as a gas station's grocery section. So we ended up going to Food Lion and grabbing a few things. And we found maybe a couple things, but honestly, the Walmart really didn't have much. I absolutely loved this bag, but I did not grab it. So I'm hoping maybe we take another trip soon and I can get it. But I just love finding the little knickknacks and trinkets. They're truly so much fun to look at and so unique, like this bag. So majority of the day, we did end up spending out in town, shopping, and just checking everything out. But I'll let y'all keep looking and catch up with you shortly. So on the way to the campsites, they have this little station that has some goodies in it and a little lookout. I thought it was really nice to stop in and check it out. I thought this little water wall was really cool and it is a really nice place. Like this is a very nice state park. It seemed pretty new and very well kept. The store had all kinds of fun souvenirs and stuff, like postcards. They also had some stuff right at the front that was made by some small businesses, which is always fun. So we did end up grabbing an ornament from one of them. And of course, they had like some essentials. There was like ibuprofen, Tylenol, some other little things that you may have forgotten. We ended up running into a family. They also are YouTubers as well. And we chatted with them for a while. And they came from, I think, somewhere up north where it was like almost a 13-hour drive to get here. So it's so fun to meet other vloggers. Now in the back, they had this like little area that reminded me of like a science museum, honestly, and I loved going to them as a kid. So they had this, they had some stuff explaining about like Gorges State Park and the area around it, some of the history, some facts about like the different elevations and waterfalls. So that's always really fun to check out, and we honestly loved it. There was nobody else back here, so it just gave us time to check everything out. It does have like some seating and a fireplace, which is really nice, so that like you can have a little meeting and hang out with your family, get warm, because it is very cold up here. But honestly, my all-time favorite part was a walk outside. There's like a deck with rocking chairs. They have picnic tables, and those mountains are actually, the closer one is North Carolina and the further one is South Carolina. So it was really neat to just sit here and watch the mountains. And the fact that you can see 2 states, I thought was really neat. So we spent the evening, kind of took it easy. The next morning we got up really early and took the dogs on a hike to Upper Bearwallow Falls. It's a pretty short hike, but it's very, very steep. Like, my legs were burning. It was really fun to check out, and it was kind of like a good way to ease into the whole weekend of hiking. But this is the campsite. The spots are so nice. They're pretty spaced out. Like, you can see the other camper over there, and that is like the closest. Okay, so today is day 3. I took the dogs out on a hike this morning. It was really nice. It was pretty chilly last night. It got down to low, I think, of 36, but tonight it's supposed to be like in the 20s. So we'll definitely have to prep for freezing weather. This is the site. We are at Gorges State Park. It is so pretty here. We had such a good morning, cooking breakfast, taking it easy, and then we are planning on a bigger hike to Rainbow Falls this afternoon. So I'm really excited to take you along with that, but stay tuned for what else we adventure. So at this point we were kind of rushing up, getting geared up for a long hike. Now the Rainbow Falls hike is very, very long and it can get really steep, but it is absolutely beautiful. I loved all the different streams, all of the views. Everyone we had run into on the hike was so kind. But let's get up there and I will show you the waterfalls. Rainbow Falls. We finally made it. That hike was really steep. Like, I've never really taken a big hike like that. I am so out of breath. You can see it's very cold out and my legs are burning. So there were so many steps, but this view is unbeatable. That is absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so this is the second waterfall on this hike. I'm exhausted. The sun is starting to set, but it's actually, like, right where that sign is, that is private property. So this is as far as the trail goes. It stops here, but it is beautiful. So next time we come, I definitely wouldn't make the extra effort to hike all the way out to this one. So I would stop at Rainbow Falls and turn back around. So this is a pretty strenuous hike for somebody that's not super avid into hiking. So this one is cool, but personally, I would not make the trip back out. But now it's starting to get dark soon. Sunset's in about an hour, so we need to head back. For dinner, we did foil packs, which is chicken, potatoes, squash, zucchini, and Cajun seasoning. You put that in foil and throw it over the fire. Good morning. It is now day 4. I'm just not really good at this vlogging thing, but we are leaving tomorrow morning. Last night it got into like the low 20s, so we currently have no running water because we had to winterize the water pump last night. The water hose we did not fully, this is all new, we did not fully empty out, so the pump is okay, but the water hose is still frozen, so we're just waiting for that to defrost so then we have water. Luckily, like right on the other side of all this, there's the bathhouse, so when we have to go to the bathroom, brush our teeth and such, we can do it from there. Today we are very sore from that hike, so we are gonna take it easy. It's pretty chilly. We did not bring cold weather gear. We've lived in the South like our whole lives, so we didn't really have cold weather stuff, which we really need to invest in now, especially if we're going to be traveling during the winter. Yes, if anyone has any good recommendations for cold weather clothing, jackets, we were looking at the Columbia website, but it's kind of overwhelming. I want to make sure that it's something that's going to be warm and comfortable. So if you have any recommendations for that, like, please let us know and drop it in the comments. But yes, so today is just going to be taking it easy, enjoying the campsite. I have a little hammock, so we'll probably hang out in the hammock for a little bit, and yeah, that's it. Spend some time with the dogs. They were locked up during the long hike yesterday. They did get to go on the first hike, but the second hike they were locked up, so today's just going to be hanging around. But yeah, that's it for today. I normally make breakfast but we do HelloFresh, and we had one like free breakfast for life that they're currently doing. So it's peanut butter and cherry Belgian waffles. So there's prepackaged waffles. It comes with 4, so we'll each have 2. And I gotta cut up an apple, which we have another apple as well. But then it has a couple of other ingredients. I've never taken HelloFresh camping with us, but it seems to be so easy. There's gonna be like no dishes, and right now we don't have any running water, and we didn't do dishes last night. So we don't really have much room to work with. No coffee, but I do have water bottles, and I will be drinking my Bloom, which is right in there. So we ended up not liking the HelloFresh, and we decided to just play some card games and have some chats and enjoy the time together. So we check out today, which is at noon. It's about 10. We both showered, we made breakfast. We're trying to take the dogs to go potty before we hit the road soon. The hardest part is always leaving and also like prepping the camper to leave. I feel like it does take a little bit of time. We're still new at it, so it does take us a little bit longer. But yesterday we were so sore from that hike. Like, I am hurting. I really need to stretch because my calves are so tight. I can barely walk. I look so funny walking. But yesterday we didn't even leave the campsite. Like, we hung out, we like relaxed. My husband took a nap at one point. I have like a little hammock, and we hung out in the hammock for a little bit, and that's it. Like, and then it got really chilly, so I didn't really want to do a whole lot. But I am just trying to prep this camper, get all of the dishes stored, and we just throw them in the dishwasher when we get home. We have all the dirty clothes put together, so it's just making everything road safe because we don't want things falling as we're going through these mountains. So today is Monday. It is President's Day, so we check out, have to head home. It has been such a fun trip. We have the camper cleaned. I wiped down the counters, cleaned the microwave, deep cleaned the bathroom. We wiped out over here. All of this is just dirty clothes. The bed we will strip once we get home. And yeah, so everything's about packed up. We just have to finish up a few things, and we'll probably sit outside for about 30 minutes and enjoy this beautiful weather. It is absolutely stunning outside. Like, seriously, what more could we want? It is comfortable. I'm in yoga pants and a sweater, and I am completely comfortable. It is probably about 50 degrees. I would 10 out of 10 recommend coming to Gorges State Park for camping. And yeah. So here's an overview of the map of the parks. We made sure to grab one. I would love to get it framed, but it kind of shows the different trails, the different areas, which is really nice to have. Also, this spot is just so nice. We took the dogs for one last little walk to get all of their sniffs, all of the walks, and a little bit of their energy out before we make the long trek home. It's not a very big park, but it's not a huge campground, but it is the perfect amount to be able to take the dogs for a little walk. We got everything all loaded up. We are officially headed out. So we had campsite 22. It was absolutely amazing. We were so blessed to be able to stay here. But it is such a nice campsite. It truly is. But that's a wrap on our first mountain camping experience at Gorges State Park. We absolutely loved it. The hikes were beautiful. The views were beautiful. The weather was great. Even though it did get a little chilly, I would 100% come back here, and I cannot wait to book our next trip. The dogs also loved it, and they are tuckered out from this weekend. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and like and comment below so you can let us know you love seeing these kind of videos and stay up to date on all of our newest adventures. But that's it for now. We absolutely loved taking you along on this journey, and I hope you enjoyed it. So stick around. We've got lots of new content coming soon and lots of other adventures, and we are so excited to share it with you.